Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG, and I'm going to run through it again for you. Lost Legends. That's right, I told you I'd go back through and give you a quick once over of what I thought about this whole Legends cards in Dominaria scenario. A couple things to talk about today. What do I think the effect will be on the card prices? Why do I think that? And what exactly are you getting from Dominaria as far as Legends cards go? Because, like we mentioned, some will be in and some won't, and they've actually posted what those are, and I'll give you a little history about why that is and why they will have some and not the others. So, without further ado, remember, like, subscribe, comments down below, feeds the YouTube algorithm, hit that notification bell. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I really would appreciate any help you guys can give me. And as always, links in the description to the eBay store for all my box opening videos, so you can buy those cards fresh from the pack. And um, Patreon is on there as well. Sub up for monthly membership, get cool swag, great deals, and discounts on the eBay store, along with my email just to reach out and say hey. So, without further ado, let's get into it and see what we got shaken down from the breakdown. So, that's right, we talked about Dominaria United. The collector boosters only will have Legends cards in them. So, yeah, faux nom oh no. So, the first thing they talk about is not all cards from the original Legends set will be included. Due to some weird 1994 collation print runs, we simply didn't open certain cards despite opening case after case after case. Reason for this was certain cards were not printed in certain areas of the world, or for certain areas of the world. Therefore, some cards were just not able to be opened in those packs. And that is the packs that we'll be talking about today that they actually found, which is probably one of the reasons why they weren't actually put out in a complete print run, because they were actually missing cards. So there's probably that. Now, with that said, remember the collector booster will have a 3% chance to get a Legends card in them, basically one per case of 6, which is about the average we're going for. So, with that said, things that will not be in here, we have the Guild House, which kind of sucks. I do like this one. Uh, Oboria won't be in there, another good one. Backdraft, Blight, Blue Mana Battery, Brine Hag, Cathedral of Sarah, unfortunately, will not be in there. Cocoon, Deadfall, Eternal Warrior, Floral Sputum, the Frost Giant, Great Defender, Green Mana Battery, Heaven's Gate, however you say his last name, the Ivory Guardians, Cry Shield, Land Tax. No, that'd have been so sweet. Lord Magnus, again, another sweet one. No Mana Drain. It's almost like they planned it with all the reprints. Anyway, um, Marholt Elstragon, I think that's how you say his name. The old Mountain Yeti, otherwise known as the Furry. Anyway, Presence of the Master. Man, always wanted that. Princess, whatever. That's another good one. Puppet Master, The Rabid Wombat. Spirit, Ramez de Petro. So we can't get the original one, but they will be doing reprints for it. So Relic Bind, Sea King's Blessing, the Quarry Seeker, Night Stalker, Silhouette. This guy, however you say this thing as well. Oh man, she's hot. No Spectral Cloak, Spirit Link. That's no Falconeer. No Tackle Magnet. So darn. Torwaki. Undertow. Underworld Dreams. Oh, Unholy Citadel again. Wall of Dust, Wall of Light, Wall of Putrid Flesh, Wall of Tombstones, White Mana Battery. Now, with that said, remember, there's going to be 20 cards that they're going to redo and re-release them, and some of those cards are on this list. So maybe those 20 cards they want to redo is from this list. That's going to be my thing, because remember, uh, where's Ramirez at? So Ramirez de Petro is not going to be in there as an actual card, but is, as I showed in the previous videos, they will be redoing him with a new mana cost, new mana value, and he will be in the box toppers, as well as Torwaki. We've already seen that one as well. So it makes me think that some of the cards might be off this list because of the fact you don't have a chance to actually get them. Which, to be honest, would be kind of cool. So, now also with that said, other things that will not be included for no additional reason is these cards. And here's why. So, as you know, way back in the day, uh, which is a couple years ago, came the world of woke. And because of that, everybody was offended. So, instead of learning from our past, we decided to hide it and throw away anything that reminds us of anything bad we ever did so that we can make sure we repeat it in the future. So, with that said, all these things are stuff that, for one reason or another, thought to be um, slander, disrespectful, racist, different kinds of phobics, you name it. For example, cleanse because they think that's a thing. Cavern of Despair. Uh, we have the apes here because you get what I'm putting down. Looks like certain racial people, apparently. At least somebody thinks so. To me, it looks like apes. But anyway, Alabaster's Potion. You'll notice, though, Alabaster's Potion, you're like, well, Clyde, why the hell would Alabaster's Potion be on there? Because it's even showing you the picture. Well, so if you go down here to invoke the P, it talks about racism, cultural sensitivity, yada, yada, yada. The same guy that did this is kind of the same guy, where's it at, who did this, the old Herald, I believe. Another one from Herald. So basically, if you made a card that was considered to be racist some way, shape, or form, here's Herald again, they don't want to promote that, so they're just going to not give you any of his cards. So we lose out on Nether Void, of course, Gypsies, because, there's not real Gypsies in the world. Anyway, Pyrotechnics, again, because of Aaron. Sylvan Library because of Herald, so that's a good money card that we lose. Nether Void we lose. Gwendolyn because apparently this woman drew a woman who's seducing a man because she's an assassin. Not that that's not in every movie we see today, but hey, we'll go with that. So anyway, there's that. But so, out of all of these, no Alabaster Potion, no Barbarian Apes, Cavern of Despair is not happening, no Cleanse, no Craw Giant, no Darkness, no Flash Counter, no Gwendolyn, no Imprison, no Invoke the P, no Void, no Gypsies, no Pyrotechnics, no Relic Barrier, no Old Sylvan Library, no Wall of Oppression. All we get is everything else. So, with that said, the cards you can find are listed on this page. I won't go through all of them because there's obviously quite a few, and there's several pages, and I'm not going to bore you guys with that. But let's just say there are some cool ones on there. Ooh, Elder Spawn. No. Like, there are some real cool ones on there. Divine Transformation, always loved this card. Thought it was really powerful. Demonic Torment, because that's just not offensive. Good old Dakin Blackblade. Oh, this card. Love it. So, anyway. Point being, Cosmic Horror. That's the rundown for the cards. Now, why do I think, or what do I think about how this is going to play out for the price of Legends? Well, I'll slowly scroll through this while you guys are listening to me ramble. I don't think that what they're doing is going to change in any way, shape, or form the price of Legends. If anything, it might make them go up a little bit in value because they're going to become more prevalent and more people are going to be wanting to collect these older cards. Oh God, let me get an All Hallows Eve. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if these cards dip in price because of this, I know personally so many people who are going to sink money into scooping up all of these cards because out of print reserve list. So, Mackenzie, uh, it's not going to change anything. Also, I mean, the other thing too we got to think about is when we talked about how many boxes they opened and what they opened and so forth and so on, we got to remember one thing. these boxes came about 10 to a case because there were 36 packs per box. So if you kind of do the math of not only how many cases they say they found, but if we kind of guesstimate around, we're talking 100 to 120 boxes. That is not very many, especially at 36 packs a box, because there are 15 cards per pack. So, with that said, the print run for how many of these rares that are out there have already been known, and you can go look them up if you want. Good old chain. Oh, I changed my Mephisto. Uh, but basically, you know, before these cards came to market, these cards were included in those print run numbers. And I think it's stating like there's 30K of every rare or something like that. And that was already low. So if it does dip, it's just going to force people to buy more because A, reserve list, guaranteed value. B, we know already how many there are. And that 30K they talked about being printed is how many they printed, not how many is actually available, how many are out there. And if you think about it, if all these come out and they all come out gem style mint, I mean, to the point where you can get nines and tens out of them, that's where they're all going to go. They're all going to get slabbed up into some kind of slab and sold at a high price for the gem mintiness. And at the end of the day, it's not going to affect any of the raw cards or the more damaged cards, the played cards, or what have you throughout any of the things. So the only thing it may affect, maybe, is the price of all the slab gem mint ones. And if you haven't had a chance to look at the slab gem mint ones, you'll know that there's plenty of room for them to come down a little bit, while at the same time still being amazingly overpriced and still very hard to find and get. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to change anything because think about it. If these things are 5,000 a piece slabbed, why would you take any less than 5,000 a piece? All right, let's say you're like, oh, I'll take 4,800 or I'll even take 4,500. Okay, the card price comes down to 500, but it's a graded card. It's going to go back up. It's on the reserve list. People are going to want it. There's just no reason to even think that this reprinting, any way, shape, or form, is, in my opinion, going to change the value of any of these cards. In the long run, we may see a tabernacle. We may see a small abyss, small dip. And if we do, it will immediately be course corrected from a mass influx of people just buying the crap load out of these cards if people are unwise enough to try to sell them lower than what they're actually at by a significant margin. So, with that said, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I believe this set's going to be a home run any way you slice it. And my very last thoughts on that is Antiquities for the Brothers War magically appearing from the same warehouse. God, I hope so. That'd be so phenomenal. So, without further ado, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, till next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table. Oh boy, Gen Con, here I come.